Let's bring in House Republican Conference Chair, New York Congresswoman, the great Elise Stefanik. Elise, good to see you. So, what do you want to see tonight? What are you are the conference chair. You know all the members. I'm sure you guys talk about this. What do you want to see as members who are going to be on the ballot with Donald Trump in November? What do you want to see from him tonight?
Well, first of all, I'm proud to be in Atlanta, Georgia, as one of the top surrogates for President Trump. I think what the American people are going to see tonight is a stark contrast of the weak, failed, feckless leadership of Joe Biden that has created catastrophic crises, whether it's the border crisis, the inflation crisis, the war on American energy, or the weakness and chaos around the world that has weakened our national security. Compare that with the success of President Donald Trump's presidency, record economic growth. You saw peace through strength with the strong commander-in-chief. You saw a booming economy and energy independence. So this will be a stark contrast tonight, and House Republicans are proud to be unified in support of President Trump as the American people are continuing to show greater and greater support for President Trump, as shown in swing state polling, which is historic across the country.
Congresswoman, the CNN presidential debate falls on the very same day as the funeral of the 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary, who was murdered by two illegal aliens who should never have been in this country. And now we learn that a Turkish illegal alien in this country should not have been here, was arrested for raping a 15-year-old girl in Albany, New York. Yet whenever Joe Biden or anyone near him gets the chance to talk about his wide open border or gets the chance to speak to women and children who've been murdered and raped by people who are here because of him, they either say nothing or they blame Republicans.
It is reprehensible. This is the heinous human side of the humanitarian crisis that Joe Biden's wide open border has created. Whether it's Jocelyn Nungary, Laken Riley, and their poor families who are mourning the loss of their beloved daughters, these innocent young women, or this breaking news in Albany, New York, which is where I grew up in upstate New York. The fact that you had a 15-year-old violently raped by an illegal. In Syracuse, New York, you had a 21-year-old murdered on her birthday and buried at the Syracuse Public Park by an illegal. This is the humanitarian travesty from Joe Biden's wide open border. And this is why House Republicans passed the Secure the Border Act. This is why when President Trump talks about securing the border, he did it. We have the most secure border in our nation's history because of President Trump's strong policies. So this will be a key issue that will be discussed. No amount of talking points for Joe Biden is going to make up for the humanitarian losses of innocent lives because of this illegal crisis, because of Joe Biden's wide open border.
Elise, you know that Joe Biden's going to run on the issue of abortion. He thinks he can win the women's suburban mother vote with abortion. The problem is that he's to this conversation, he's let in all of these ruthless thugs that are doing the most gruesome things to American women, American children, American moms are getting violated because Joe Biden's letting these people in. And then he comes to the American people and says, I care about women. Well, Joe, if you care about women, shut down the border and keep these thugs away from our girls.
That's right, Sean. And the fact that these young losses of life, again, 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 21-year-olds on their birthday. I am a mom. I have an almost 3-year-old. Every mom in America, our heart goes out to these families who are mourning their loved ones, their innocent children, these minors who have lost their lives because of Joe Biden's wide open borders. These policies have had a humanitarian impact, and it's been a crisis. It's inhumane, these wide open borders, let alone the nearly 100,000 minors that have been lost by Joe Biden's Department of Homeland Security. This is a humanitarian crisis. It's a national security crisis, an economic crisis, and President Trump will secure the border. How do we know that? Because he did, and because he will do it again on day one.
Congresswoman, every murder by an illegal alien, every rape by an illegal alien, every single one of them is a crime that was preventable. If the border was closed and if those policies from President Trump were still in place. But before we let you go, the President Biden and his posse, they like to say this election is about choices, and they're right among other things. It's a choice between strength and weakness on the world stage. And you can translate these hideous mistakes stateside in domestic policy, whether it's energy or the open border, to weakness on the world stage.
That's exactly right. And if you look at the chaos around the world, whether it's Putin's invasion of Ukraine, whether it's Hamas's terrorist attack against our most precious ally, Israel, leading to the bloodiest day since the Holocaust, this is because of Joe Biden's weakness and because of his failed, feckless foreign policy. Our adversaries are watching. I serve on the House Armed Services Committee, the House Intelligence Committee. President Trump brought stability and peace around the world, reinvested in our nation's military. It's Joe Biden who has shown weakness on the world stage, and our adversaries, whether it's Xi Jinping, whether it's terrorists backed by Iran, sense that American weakness and they're trying to take advantage and sow chaos, weakening our national security. The American people are smart. They saw the catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan. They see the unrest and the terrorist attack against Israel in the Middle East. They want to return to the effective policies of President Trump as commander-in-chief, and House Republicans are ready to get to work on day one to bring back the policies of peace through strength.
A weak Joe Biden has made the world a very dangerous place. Chairwoman Elise Stefanik, great to see you, and thanks for being with us on debate night. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean and Dagan.
Thank you so much.